Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Michael Parkinson passed away.
What an extraordinary broadcaster he has been, and a lot of that is because of his approach. He was never the star, but he was always respectful, and his job was to bring out the best in others. That's what everyone felt, and that's what people are paying tribute to today, people from Elton John to David Attenborough, saying why he was just so good. I saw he did an interview with Lee Sales recently. He was the subject of the interview, and he said that technology has changed a show like his in a way that it wouldn't work now. He said the mystery's gone. He said that social media provides a unique insight into these famous people. He said when he had stars on like Orson Welles or Fred Astaire, all his heroes, he said, he didn't know a thing about them because everything that he did know was written by the Hollywood system. Now we know everything about everyone, and there's no mystery anymore. So a show like his couldn't survive, really.
That is a very good point. But what a rich career that he's had. And he's spoken to everyone. Of course, Billy Connolly was a regular person on his show, but he was actually discovered through Parkinson. Parkinson put him on the telly, but they always had great chats.
Because I try my best to look smart, but people think I look weird, you know. And even when I wear nice clothes, like if I have a tuxedo, I look like a man with a head transplant, you know.
And what about historically, the time he interviewed John Lennon and Yoko Ono about how the British press and how England had turned on John and Yoko?
Can I put something to both of you about this sort of creative phase that you're both going through at present? I think you've got to accept, John and Yoko, that, particularly you, John, that it's alienated you from the people who originally loved you in this country.
A lot of them, yes.
Yes, I think they don't understand you anymore.
The alienation started was when I met Yoko, and people do not seem to like people getting a divorce, you know. It's all right to do it quietly, but we can't do it quietly. And so everybody had this impression that, you know, John's gone crazy. But all I did was fall in love, like a lot of people do who are already married, who married somebody very young, you know. But, I mean, the British press actually called Yoko ugly in the papers, and I've never seen that about any woman or man.
But it's about coaching those things out. So, for example, you know, remember that time we had Slash come in on the show, and just before the interview, one of his people said, do not mention Guns N' Roses, do not speak about his kids. So the intro straight away was Guns N' Roses, Sweet Child of Mine. So Slash looks at us, and then we're talking, and I said, I guess this is rock star hours for you. And he goes, well, I got kids these days. And I said, well, how are your kids going? So if you get the subject to get that information.
Well, I think with Michael Parkinson, everyone knew that they'd be respected. So you agree to do the dance.
Yeah.
So it is a dance. You both meet each other in the middle to get the best out of each other.
But there's always controversial things like that time Jeremy Clarkson punched, what's his name?
Piers Morgan.
What about you then in terms of sport? You said you're not sporting really.
No.
But you're a bit of a boxer.
I knew you'd bring that up.
But I'm bound to. I mean, I don't want to go into reasons why you and Piers Morgan...
We don't get on. I mean, I
don't
get on with Piers Morgan.
Editor of the Daily Mirror.
Yeah, the editor of the Daily Mirror. And so, yeah, I punched him.
Yeah. Now, you're 43 years of age.
I know. Somebody said to me the other day, because it's the first time I've ever hit anybody, ever.
Well, he seems to have enjoyed it and gone on to punch many more.
I'm pretty good at this. I'm going to bash more people. And also, but they can't always be good. What about the awkwardness of the Meg Ryan thing?
That was one that's been quoted a lot at the moment. She was awkward. She made him awkward. They've both said since that they could have done better. But, gee, it was hard to watch.
Now that you're wary of journalists, I mean, does it give you an insight into what they're after?
Now that I'm wary of them.
Yes, you are wary of journalists. You're wary of me. You're wary of the interview. You don't like being interviewed. You can see it in the way that you sit and the way you are. That you don't like doing it. So therefore, well, I mean, it's a perfectly easy question, a decent question to ask you about being a journalist. I mean, in other words, if you were me, what would you do now?
Well, just wrap it up.
Eek!
Just wrap it up.
Eek!
Maybe you should put that on his tombstone.
Just wrap it up. Well, we'll miss you, Michael Parkinson. You were the best of the best.